Latest project, another day in paradise, of course. This is, we just bought this at auction recently. It's a 1913 Rex V-twin side valve. We've stripped it out. This is all the frame. It's all ready to go off for grit blasting and then painting. As you see, we seal the headstock and these bolt holes so that it doesn't get filled up with paint, which makes life a lot easier when you're reassembling it. That's the front forks, quite nice. They're all in relatively good condition, so that's a big relief. If you're not very good at wheel building like Miller, you can do it the clever way. So you strap all the spokes together, you mark the valve hole. That's why those ones are marked red there. So when you pop all the nipples off here, you dismantle all these nipples, come off. That's your special little spoke key, back from Ariel days actually. Take all the nipples off, then you can remove the rim like that there. On the valve hole, you put 2 dots so that when you're putting it back together, you know that's the side. It's the rim's on this side, not that side. So there you go, easy peasy, those through there, and off you go, nipples back together. This is a lot of the nickel stuff that getting ready to go off to key plating. Probably take us about 3 or 4 weeks to get this lot back, get the paintwork back, and then we can start reassembling. That's the engine of the Rex there. As you see, this is the valve lifting gear. We hope that it won't be in too bad condition. The rest of it's been remarkably good condition, so I'll drop the barrels off, have a look, see what the pistons and valves are like and so forth. Here, Jim's getting on well with the HT-3. Done the engine, done the gearbox, the wheels are all done. We were very lucky here in the stores. The first Ariels, they used 19-inch rear wheel, and then when I got there we dropped onto 18-inch wheel because that's too big and too monstrous. We managed to have a Dunlop throttled universal, brand new tire, probably the last one in the world, so it's got a good home to go to. The brake, these are the brake plates, they've all been refurbished, all ready to go together again. Chain guard's been re-chromed, so that's all up to shape. We were very lucky that most of the original parts on this bike were here. They're generally all cannibalized and thrown away. In the early days they made the footrests, so the footrest didn't bend but the frame bent. When Miller got loose that all disappeared. So there we go, got 350 motor. It's the same crankcases as the 500. We were missing the sump guard to stop the bottom getting smashed up with rocks, so they're very, very difficult to get. So this is the one off our 500 Ariel, so I'll show you how to make one of those. Well, first of all, what you do, you get a bit of paper and you cut a template out like that. So that's the shape you need, right? That's the front. Make sure you mark the front because it's different front and back. So then you cut that out of there, out of your metal, and we're going to get that lip. So that's your nice little raised edge there. You put that there like that and get a line across here. So that's across there. And then you get the back one here. So just double check that. So then that's roughly that shape there. And then we've made a template here so you get the angles right. Those are all over the place. So take a bit off there and a bit off there. And then you've got another line across here. Right, so that's handy there. So you've got that, you got so far there, right? Ding, ding, ding. So what you've got to do now then is get these on here. Well, the next time you're at an auto jumble, in motion sell those there, £8, so it's not worth messing about with. So you just cut a couple of those off, pop them on here like that. Of course, you make a spacer up to keep them apart. I don't know where the spacer is gone, but probably that's the spacer there that keeps them apart while you're welding them together. And so you've got, so you're up to this stage here. Then the back end, you need a couple of brackets, so bend them up like that and weld them on board. And then, hey Gusto, you've got a new sump shield for your 350 Ariel. That's the 501, 351. So that saves you going down to Halford's, just make one. Probably I made the first one for Ariel when it was there, so reincarnations that were petrol tank. Top man in the world, Terry Hall, who looks after us stuff, he's cut the bottom out of it, knocked the dents out and welded it back in again. So it's serious bit of craftsmanship. So that goes on here like that. And then we'll get it painted. Very lucky to have the original petrol tank. The whole bike is all as it left the factory, so it hasn't been cannibalized, which is very, very rare in these days. So there we go, that's the front wheel there. Where's a ton, absolute preferred wheel ton. I remember when Miller arrived at Selly Oak, that was the first job he did. Get rid of that wheel because absolutely monstrous. So you wouldn't be pulling wheelies with that because you couldn't even get the front end off the ground with the severe weight of that. Where's an absolute ton, so, but we're keeping it original. Miller threw that away, no good. These are the aluminium mud guards we've got for it. This is all the nice work, doing the aluminium work, you know. So, be a fantastic bike when it's finished, and it'll join the 500 that we have up there. So, there we go. That's the rear mud guard there, which I managed to get it recently, so that'll pop on there like that. That's the D section guard. They call it D section because if you look at that, it's a D section, not round section, but D section. There we go. Onward and forward.